Thank you, Madam Chair. My question is directed at Mr. Pinker. So, do you agree that universities should be a forum for the free exchange of ideas, including discussion of dissenting opinions?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Essential.
It is essential. You mentioned DEI quotas are a form of discrimination, effectively, and effectively a form of reverse discrimination. Do you agree that doing this sort of DEI checkbox and all these affirmative statements that they're now requiring in Canada has a chilling effect on research, because you're effectively shutting off half of the population from being able to participate in an honest way?
I think it can chill research in two ways. One of them is by excluding sectors of the population based on their sex or ethnicity or race. But the other is, on top of the preferences, there's a regime that it is a criminal offense to criticize the policy of preferences. We've seen that in the United States. We've seen that in Canada, where people who cast doubt on the policy, who argue against it, get censured, get fired, get canceled, and that adds another layer of chill, probably a more severe chill.
Yeah, well, that's really unfortunate to hear. And that these liberal top-down policies effectively shut out half the population from being able to participate, and effectively blocking high-quality research from being produced at some of the top institutions in the country. You know, when it comes to, let's say, astronomy or physics or even medicine, you know, you mentioned that it's a zero-sum game out research. There's limited government resources to be granted. Shouldn't the best person for the job get it? Looking at, or the person with the best potential? Let's say we're doing cancer research and we're trying to find a treatment to a type of cancer that could save many, many lives, millions of lives potentially. Shouldn't the best research go, but the grants go to the best person, or the person with the best potential to achieve those aims?
Yes, I believe that that is the most defensible policy. Now, at the margins, there are often judgment calls where there are proposals where, at the end of the day, you throw up your hands, I don't know which one is better. If in cases like that, you tilt it so that underrepresented groups get the benefit of the doubt, I don't think that is harmful, as long as they are within the envelope of the best quality research.
But the race and the sex of the researcher probably shouldn't have any effect on the quality of the research. We're studying cancer, we're studying physics or something like that. So by imposing this top-down ideology from liberal ideology, it almost feels like that they're trying to, it's political. They're politicizing it, and they're implementing it into our great institutions, which is universities and colleges. Do you agree that it is potentially a venue for liberal ideology to permeate and to implement it?
Well, I guess I would have to ask whether liberal has a capital L or a small L in this context.
Capital L. Capital L.
Yes. Well, I don't want to single out one of the parties, because many of these policies, at least in the United States, have taken place under leadership of both parties. But
it does have an effect of imposing a political view onto
one can imagine
researchers.
certain circumscribed exceptions. If there is research, for example, in anthropology or in culture or in history on a particular group, then common sense might say that sometimes a member of that group could add specialized expertise. But in the cases you mentioned, astronomy, cancer research, climate change, and so on, then indeed the sex and race should not make a difference.
So you brought up things like social science and humanities, where it could benefit from a diversity of viewpoints. Why do you think the Liberals are so concerned about people's skin color and their gender, but have absolutely no consideration to people's differing views when it comes to humanities and social science?
Yes, again, I think it goes beyond just the Liberal Party of Canada, but it applies to many Western countries and many political parties. And it's a problem, yes.
Thank you.